Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Looking, not yet. Refresh. Refresh. Maybe now, maybe now. There I am. Happy Sunday. Happy fun day. Okay, share. Like and share. All right. This is the last day of May. Oh my goodness. Yes, and then we start June. Presh, hi Presh. How are you? I'm writing you on the list. Hi, Miss Julianne. I'm doing well. How's everybody else doing today? Yes, June tomorrow. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Yes, today is a glorious day. It's, the days are so beautiful here. And the energy doesn't feel bad to me. It doesn't feel like it's hyper, even though there's a lot of stuff coming. There's a lot of stuff coming up. I did wake up though last night. What time was the full moon here? Hit its peak, I think, at 1:45. And I woke up shortly after that. I did not go outside and look at it. I'm like, do I want to go back to sleep right away? I want to go back to sleep. So I did. But I could feel the energy because sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll open some windows. And depending on how cool it gets at night. So I was letting the moon's energy in, but I did not see it. I did see that the backyard was all lit up though. So yes, it was very, very powerful. In fact, let's see, there's a couple people. I've been posting all kinds of stuff on my personal page. Where is it? Oh yeah, the Schumann though. The Schumann resonance is like going off the charts again. But Alex Miles, she posted, and I did share this on my page, so you can go find it if you want to see it. So it was a blue moon because it's the second full moon in the month. And she's saying within the next 72 hours, a wish you released long ago finally begins arriving. Someone destined finds their way back into your world. The door you thought was closed forever swings wide open. Abundance flows from a channel you would never have expected. Your long-held dream takes its first visible step into reality. Sudden good news arrives and shifts the entire energy of your week. Serendipitous meetings carry the answers your heart has been searching for. The blessings the universe was preparing for you begin pouring through. The truth you needed to hear arrives wrapped in perfect words, and something you always gave up on proves it was always worth believing in. This is the night the universe begins delivering everything destined for you. That's what Alex Miles says. Pretty intense. Yes. So now the Schumann, there's one guy, he says codes. These are codes that are coming in. Fascinating anomalies on the Schumann resonance now. As you gaze, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you perceive? And are you getting any downloads? And it is really interesting because I think I can see that the Schumann has been, it puts out this big blast and then we adjust. And then it puts out another big blast, maybe a little bit bigger, and then we adjust. And it keeps getting bigger and longer and more intense every single time because we are taking it in. I know, it sure sounds like it, doesn't it? It really does. It's like, anything you want, boom. This is what you've been saying you want, boom. Yeah. So you'll have to see. Everybody will have to see what this brings. I did post, I'm not going to read any of it, but Laura Eisenhower, she's a wonderful astrologist. I posted a long post that she had put out there for the whole upcoming week. And then Diego, I'll just read a little bit. Dear friends, today brings the Sagittarius full moon, and because it is the second full moon, it's also a rare blue moon. Many sensitive people may now be feeling that something larger is stirring within the emotional, mental, spiritual, and energetic fields. I definitely feel that. This is not simply another full moon. It arrives as we close a month that has brought change, acceleration, unexpected shifts, emotional clearing, and powerful opportunities to see ourselves and our lives from a different perspective. And it's always interesting, you know, how do we see things? That's something that we always have to keep in mind. Something I heard somebody talking about the other day, and I've always felt this. It's like, you know, if you and I are both looking at the exact same thing, and I said, wow, that's a really pretty green, and you agree, yeah, that's a beautiful green. Are we seeing the same color? We have no idea, because everybody sees things from their own eyes, from their own perspective. But I've always thought that. It's like, how do we know we're seeing the same thing? Anyway. Hi, Miss Beth. Good morning, good morning. I got you down. I'm still waiting for her to pass by me. Have to keep putting it out there, man. You just have to keep putting it out there. I used to have a magic wand. I don't know what happened to that. It was one, you know, I had gotten it at some fair. It was clear, and it was about a foot long, about that big around. And inside it had some kind of liquid that, and all kinds of sparkles. And you know, you tip it upside down, and all the sparkles would flow, and then you flip it the other way, and you could shake it up. I used to have it at my office at work. Friday, I had a lot of energy. Yeah, it's been pretty intense, and my energy has been pretty even keel. I haven't had the need to take naps lately, at least the last couple days. Got to rebirth cards from 2 different packs of cards. Oh well, there you go. It's always interesting when you get the same type message from multiple decks, multiple people. Pay attention to that, Miss Presh. Yesterday and today. I like the ones that make the magic sound when you wave them. I do not have it. This one definitely did not do that. But yeah, now it's gonna make it. It makes me wonder, because I have no idea what happened to that. And sometimes it's like, yeah, maybe I gave it away. I would have given it to somebody, though. I wouldn't have gotten rid of it. I would have given it to somebody, but I don't remember. So, okay, I'm going to do the weekly cards. They all just came out, boom, 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 boom. So, anyway, so this is for the week of June 1 through 7 of 2026. First full week of June. All right, here we go. Desert Speaks card is expansion. You gotta love it. I remember, so this picture, I don't know if I've ever said this about this card. This picture, it was somehow, how did I do that? I know the first house I lived in Green Valley, and I was looking outside from the front door somehow, front porch, and this was just the coolest picture. And I love this pink. You know, pink always makes me think of love, soft love too. You know, like Mother Mary type love, just a real divine feminine type love. And even as I say that, just breathe that in for a minute. Breathe in that divine feminine love and how powerful that is. And it's almost as if you can feel your whole self expand out with more love. That's what it feels like to me. So this is going to be a week, and especially what I was reading before with all the wishes come true, and it's like, wow, think about that and add love to all your wishes coming true and how that feels. It's like, wow, we are going through such an expansion, and going, you know, with the Schumann resonance that I was talking about, absolutely, because we keep adjusting to the expansion. So the expansion that we can take in right now is less than the expansion, most likely, less than the expansion you can take in tomorrow. Maybe there's a leveling off and you need to really adjust before it expands again. But I'll tell you, we're ready, baby. All right, first angel card we have, and these, the boom, boom, boom. Believe in yourself. Well, doesn't that go well with that, believing in yourself? How many times can you catch yourself when you are not believing in yourself? Wow, let that stuff go. Oh. This is an interesting card. This one deck that I had, talking about 2 days in a row you had the same card. I had a deck of cards. I can't remember who the guy was, but there was a believe, it might have been the exact same wording. And in that deck of 44 cards, there was 2 of this card. I always thought that was so cool because it was in one deck of cards. It had the same, it had, you know, been a misprint, but that was so cool. But yeah, think about all of the times that you are believing in yourself. Let the times that you aren't believing in yourself go. Believe in yourself, and every time you do, be grateful for it, send more love to it, and feel the expansion of your heart and soul grow. Oof. All right, second angel card we have is share your gifts. Okay. Some of you might not be doing this. Some of you are. I think sharing your gifts doesn't mean that you have to sit in front of a camera and talk to people. Doesn't mean that at all. It means doing what you love and sharing. So sharing your gifts, maybe you're an excellent cook, and so you're sharing your the foods that you make with other people. Maybe you're a wonderful gardener, and your garden is producing so much so that you have all kinds to share. All of those things. So, and sometimes it's just sharing a smile. A smile makes so much difference when you see, especially somebody in the store that's kind of grumpy. That's really important. Third angel card we have is I am grateful. Oh, I was wondering if this I am grateful was going to come up in any way. Yes, because gratitude is kind of like the oil that greases the wheel. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but it is. Yes. Remember, it's the things that we put our focus on, those are the things that grow. Those are the things that expand. So as you are see something that you love, you have a wish that comes true, you have something happen that is, oh, amazing. That's when, oh, I'm so grateful. That's when it's like, oh, the universe says she wants more of that. So, there you go. Ooh, let me know what you think of this week's cards. Let me know. All right, put these over here. Expansion. Expansion. Got it. All right. Miss Presh, I magically put you on the list as soon as you appeared because I know you always ask. So you're actually first on the list. All right, so let me know what you guys thought of the cards for the week. I'm going to take another sip of water. It just tastes so good. All right, you know, and I do think that there are a lot of people that are not getting enough water. That is one of the things, as we are expanding, think about that okay. Think about your body is going through so much of your physical body, spiritual too, but physical, as you are expanding, as you are growing on a spiritual level, your physical body is going through all kinds of shifts and changes. As the Schumann resonance has all this blasting of energy that's coming, it's like our body is processing things faster and faster and faster. So sometimes you might notice it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Keep in mind, if you're thirsty, that means that you're probably on the way to not being hydrated enough. So make sure that you're doing that. Also, if you're all of a sudden hungry, think about what you were doing. I know after I'm done with this, almost every single Sunday, I am so hungry. And it's like, it's not even 11 o'clock. I should not be hungry, but I almost always am. It happens after I do healing sessions. If I'm doing an angel card reading, it doesn't matter. It's because there's so much energy flowing through my body. So keep that in mind as we are going through expansion and we have all of this energy coming in and we are allowing it to assimilate. Make sure that you're drinking enough water, that you are eating enough, and not just, empty calories. But if you're all of a sudden hungry and it's like, because sometimes I'll get shaky. And it's like, well, what do? I either reach for some nuts or some peanut butter. Just a spoonful. Because that just calms me. That's what my body needs. Okay, great card. Thank you. Yay, thank you, Miss Julianne. All right, so I'm shuffling for Miss Presh already. These cards hit home. I love it. I love it. I think this is in response to, you're on the list. Yes, my physical body is growing as well. Yeah, you can just feel shifts and changes in your, no, thought that was it, but. And it's good that we can recognize it, and thinking about, okay, wow, I'm not getting hungry for hours and hours. Okay, but my body doesn't seem to need it. Or, oh, I'm ravenous. There it is, Miss Presh. So yes, pay attention. Our bodies are so important. Aren't they so important? Hey, I shared something on my page earlier this morning. So this was several hours ago, I think. It was, you know how Facebook puts up your memories? And it was from 8 years ago, I think it was 8 years, when I rescued the mama and her 5 kittens. So I had gone to the rescue place and they had this huge cage of all 5 kittens and the mama in their plane. So you can see, if you go through the pictures, there's a video, you can see all the kittens. So the nurture card is from them. Okay, Presh, here we go. Oh, grounding yourself, Miss Presh. Well, and think about that. So going back to this, the rebirth. Think about that. A lot of energy to rebirth, to go through a rebirth. Any kind of transformation that you're going through, think about it, and all the expansion that's coming in. It's like, yes, part of the assimilation is grounding yourself, grounding your energy with Mother Earth. So definitely make sure that you are grounding yourself, whether that means getting outside, hugging a tree, whether that means sometimes you can ground yourself. This works well for people, is different stones, different crystals. This is a hematite. And I don't know if you guys notice this, but I wear the hematite. I have hematite in my earrings, and I wear these earrings several times a week. It's really good for grounding, and it's also good for clearing energy. So it's coming up for you, Miss Presh. This is a good card. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of images that you can see. The other thing, I'll wait till I flip it again. The other thing about this, what does this look like? It kind of looks like a UFO, and there's a whole bunch of UFO stuff, and for some people that's scary, for some people it's exciting, but wow. That's also another aspect of our expansion. What is it? Who are these beings? What does it mean to us? So that's all things that we're going through, and that could also be part of your assimilation and expansion, Miss Presh. Trying, I have that, I must use it. Oh, yay, you have hematite. Yeah, hematite. Hematite is just one of those really good ones. I know that, so yeah, let me know what you think of the grounding, Miss Presh, because I can definitely see that for helping to bring the information and helping it solidify it, and not solidify it so it's cemented in, not like that, but the assimilation and this it feels like a tree putting down its roots. That's what the grounding feels like. It's really needed. So there you go. All right, Julianne, Miss Julianne. Gonna make sure that I got that right there. Miss Julianne. Let's see what we get. Oh. It was sticking out, way out there. It was sticking way out there, Miss Julianne. Let's see. Talking about transformation and changes, it's like, oh, look at that. I think there's no doubt, Miss Julianne, I know you haven't had this card for a while, but I think that maybe you had hit a little bit of a plateau, and now things are starting to, boy, the word I'm hearing is up level. So there's a lot of shifting and shaking going on, but I'm hearing the words up level. So what that tells me is that there's a lot of, so the things that you, what is it? It's like you're putting things into practice. It's like, you know how, it's like putting things into practice that you are giving advice on. So you're not just telling, but you're also doing for yourself. And it feels like that's where the transformation is coming in. So it's like you're learning new things, you're sharing your gifts. You're definitely sharing your gifts. And you are, as you are learning all of these new things, you're also putting them into practice, and that's what's helping take you to the next level. Now keep in mind, everybody, too, levels, just, you know, up-leveling, one is not better than the other. So don't take it that way. That's just your up-leveling. So there you go, Miss Julianne. Upheaval. Well, you know, take out that H and put in the L. Change that upheaval to up level. I know it's spelled wrong, but still. Take out the ha and make it up level. Miss Jessica, how are you doing? I heard the word transformation last year, and the roller coaster never stopped since. Oh my goodness, Miss Presh. All right, Miss Jackie Bang. All right, Jackie, you are the last on the list. How are things in Chi-Town? All right, shuffling for Miss Beth. Greetings. Yes, Miss Jackie, you are last on the list, babe. Look at that. Oh, Virginia. All right, so you get to be with Miss Jackie. So the last is going to be a combo. All right, so I'm shuffling for Miss Beth. Yeah, just, you know, typical Jackie style. Just coming into home plate, sliding into home plate like that. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad we like to hear that. Oh, Miss Jessica's took a last-minute weekend vacay. Arizona is hot. It's hot. It's just, actually, it really has been absolutely beautiful. And now we'll be over 100 for a few days, but then back in the 90s, so. But here it's definitely, except now up by Miss Beth, who I'm still shuffling for. I've heard it's been really windy up there. You are very welcome, Miss Presh. There we go, Miss Beth. Finally about to catch your show, Juana. Oh, you're so funny. All right, Miss Beth, here we go. Oh, I love this. I think, you know, is this Stephanie knocking somewhere? I don't know, could be. So the reason I hold, for those of you that don't know, the reason I hold the cards sideways like this is because when it's the mirror image, sometimes in the middle there's all kinds of images, and every single time it seems like something else. So I would say, Miss Beth, that stuff has been around you quite a bit. And yes, I know people, some of you realize that I've met you in person and I know things about you, so keep that in mind. And I knew Stephanie, sweet Stephanie. I keep going outside, so I don't know if there's something outside that you have noticed. And I feel like when you're sitting out on the deck, there's something that you have been drawn to. Either it's a hummingbird, or there's a flower that catches your eye, or something. And you know, here's the thing. I'm sure I've said this before, but if you see something out of the corner of your eye, and then you go to look, many times you're not going to see it. So what I would say is, if you think you are seeing something out of the corner of your eye, just pay attention without turning your head and notice, you know, what thoughts are going through your head. Are you all of a sudden getting a thought of someone? Are you getting a scent from their perfume? Are you getting a scent from a flower? And just pay attention to it. Does it stick around for a long time? What were you thinking about before you saw it? All of those things, because out of the corners of our eye, our eyes are made differently to see things when we see them out of the corner. And when you do, I am grateful because, wow, thank you very much. Can I see some more? So pay attention. So I don't know, Miss Beth, if something has been coming up when you've been sitting outside, because it really does. That's where I keep going outside. I don't know. So let me know. Let me know. All right, shuffling for Miss Jessica. I know. Home plate. Bam! Oh, finally made. Yay. That's awesome. Okay, so shuffling for Jessica. I think I did say that. I feel her all the time. I'm so glad. Yeah, let me know if there's something outside that you're noticing, because I can't remember now, because your deck, it seems like there's a long side, but then there's kind of the back, and it feels like it's when you're out there. I don't know, unless I'm not remembering your deck right, but it's been a long time. Okay, Jessica. Stand your ground, this little cute beetle. I know, isn't he cute? Isn't he adorable? He really is. That's exactly what they look like, except the way that it changed the picture, it's a little more pink, but they're bright red. I mean, bright red. And you can see his little black eyes and his little black feet and his big black antennas. But so there's something, and it feels like, Miss Jessica, I know you stand your ground, and I think, I feel like you are really good at articulating things. So if you're having a discussion with someone and you don't want it to turn into an argument, it feels like you are very, very good at articulating. And even they might try to intimidate you, and you're good at standing up for yourself and being very calm about it. And I think this is confirmation, but it also feels like there might be something that this might be a week where you have to stand up for yourself a little bit more, a little bit strongly, but not so strong that you're punching them in the face. Smack them down with a smile. No. You know how some people, to get the upper hand, and when I say upper hand, I'm not saying that in a negative way, but how some people, it's like they walk away and they feel good, but then they realize it's like they lost the conversation. And that's not a bad thing, because it's like there's a smoothness to it, but not an underhanded smoothness. So let me know. Oh, business stuff. Okay. There you go. You're very welcome, Julianne. Oh, well, that very well could be it then. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and go sit outside where you guys used to sit outside and have a cup of tea, have a meal out there. Set an empty, set an additional spot and have a conversation. All right, last cards for Jackie and Virginia. Jackie in Virginia. Jackie in Virginia. And anybody else that comes along. This is the last card of today on the last day of May. Wow. All right, here we go. Jackie in Virginia. Oh. Whew. Love this card. Yeah. And there's a diamond up here. Yeah, this is all about taking time for yourself. Taking time, even if it's a couple minutes, taking time for yourself. Just sitting down and breathing. And breathing in the peace. Now, I don't know, you guys weren't here for the very beginning. The card of the week out of the Desert Speaks was expansion. And it feels like allowing yourself to feel the expansion and the peaceful feeling that you are getting from allowing it into your day. Whew. I don't think I can say that again. But that's something to re-listen to. It's like, I don't know if I can say that again, but yeah. It feels very powerful. It really does. It feels like there's... So, all right, let me see if I can find the card quick enough. Okay, so the expansion card, this is what it feels like. You have the expansion card, and it feels like if you allow yourself to sit quietly and feel the expansion right in the center is where the peace is. And the more you allow yourself, and there's a big, that's allowing yourself. The more you allow yourself to feel it, the more you expand. Man! Whew. All right, Jack in Virginia, let me know. And boy, everybody, I hope you heard that, because yeah, it was for these two ladies, these two lovely ladies, but that was also a message for all of us to really pay attention and to allow ourselves to feel the expansion. Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, it's like we're growing so fast that we can feel it. But there's that peace within. There's that love inside. It's almost like, and it's like once you realize it's there, that helps the expansion, and it helps the peace and the love to expand. You're very welcome, Miss Virginia. So glad you made it. Yay! All right, everyone. So let's see. This week I should be on Thursday, and then again on Sunday. I won't be on with Ruth for, not this week, but the week after. So for messages. So, yay. So I hope you all have a fabulous week with the expansion happening. Hang on to your socks. And if you want to check out any of the stuff I was talking about at the beginning, and if you want to see all 5 of those cute kittens and the mama, go check out my page. You'll see them all. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me live, and I will see you next time.